And this is
Matt Monahan. Good to see you again.
yeah, it's almost the end of February now, isn't it?
It went fast. We had, at least in our area, the one kind of snowstorm week. It got cold, but now we're back to good temperatures. So looking forward to spring.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to showing you a bunch of our brand new
It went fast. We had, at least in our area, the one kind of snowstorm week. It got cold,
catalogs.
But now we're back to good temperatures.
Before that,
so looking forward to spring. Yeah.
Right? Well, we're looking forward to showing you a bunch of our brand new
It went fast. We had, at least in our area, one new Holland and one case. On the case side is the Stiger 540.
Looking forward to spring, right? Well, we're looking forward to showing you a bunch of our brand new
It went fast. We had, at least in our area,
So leave us a comment or tell us where you're from.
The Stiger
And you'll be entered
540.
into the drawing. Looking forward to spring, right? Well, we're looking forward to showing you a bunch of our brand new
It went fast.
Move over to the big table here. So leave us what should we talk about? Tell us where you're from.
The Stiger
Looking
540.
forward to spring, right? Well, we're looking forward.
On the smaller side of things, the 164 scale Case IH 645 Quadtrac. And this series of tractors, Bill, going through some changes. What's the lowdown on our 645 64 scale?
Right. So obviously Case IH introduced their 715 tractor, which kind of gave the Stigers a new look, a new hood look, which ties in with their family looks, such as with the Magnums or Maxims. So the current large frame Stiger tractors are now being updated for model year 25 to look like the 715. So you can see how the hood, the grill is different. Obviously it's a little smaller hood than a 715, but it has that family look now. So you'll be seeing the model 645, 595, and 555 all with this new look. With this, there's also changes to the cab roof, to the exhaust, to the air cleaner, to the front fenders up by the cab. So quite a few modifications that we had to make to keep these updated. So this is, one of the first 64 scale models coming out with that new look.
All right, and then from there we bump up to a 132nd scale, and we have the Case International 9250, which is the National Farm Toy Museum tractor. And it comes with the black chase unit as well.
Yes. So this is the National Farm Toy Museum tractor, which should be here in time for the Summer Farm Toy Show here in Dyersville. This is a Case International 9250 tractor. So in 1986, Tenneco purchased Stiger and merged it with Case. And those tractors then went from the green paint scheme that the Stigers had for forever to the red paint scheme. That first series was the 9100 series, and then in 1990 it went to the 9200 series. So again, this 9250 was kind of in mid-range. The first series was the 9100 series, horsepower. So again, a very good horsepower range for a tractor of the 90s.
Definitely. And then with the black chase unit, there's 250 of those that have been randomly inserted into the production run. So
that's right.
A very special item if you happen to find one of those.
And just a one-time run.
Correct.
So order it when you can, and hopefully you get some.
Yeah, make sure to check with your local dealership about ordering that if they have those available.
Right.
All right, and next we're going to move up to the 4366, the IH 4366. What's the backstory in this one, Bill?
Okay, so obviously we're talking about the early 70s now. And there was a big, there's a horsepower race going on. All of the different manufacturers are getting higher horsepower tractors. IH had the 4166, which wasn't an articulated tractor. It was a solid frame tractor. And they wanted something with more horsepower. So they actually worked on a partnership with Stiger and had Stiger build these tractors in their Fargo, North Dakota plant. But they wanted the tractor to look like the other 66 series tractors, so they had them build a different looking hood and grill. Also used an IH DT466 engine in it, where Stiger tractors were typically either a Cummins or a Caterpillar engine, and came out with this 4366 tractor that's about 225 horsepower to give them an offering in their line. This is a very nicely detailed tractor. If you look at the back, you can see the hydraulic hoses. You can see the 3-point hitch on the back. So again, some very nice detail here on this unit, and something of a, the first IH tractor out of the partnership with Steiger.
All right, so we'll jump back into the future. Fast forward a few years,
Yes.
sticking in the 1/32nd scale. But next up, we're going to showcase the 595, both wheeled and the Quadtrac version.
Absolutely. So just like we talked about in the 64 scale, you see all these modifications now with the hood, with the exhaust, with the air cleaner, with the cab roof, and those front fenders where the exhaust and the air cleaner are. So a lot of updates there to get it to the current. We also have the updated 3-point hitch on the back, which is the current 3-point hitch that Case IH offers. Again, even though these are 32nd scale, you see all the detail in here. There's over 100 parts on these items. So you can just see, all of the features and even the cab interior. It's great detail.
Yeah, the warning arms, everything on there. And as Bill mentioned, the cab detail for a 32nd scale is really finely detailed with these. All right, we're going to move on to the latest in combines and 1/32nd scale again, and it's the AF11 combine.
Yes, the biggest combine that Case IH has ever produced, the AF11. Again, this one is in a tracked version, comes with a 16-row corn head that you see attached, and off to the side you see a 50-foot draper head. This is the first time that Ertl's produced a 50-foot draper head in 32nd scale. So again, great detail, an awesome combine, class 11. It's got all the railings, the detailed cab, all the mirrors. And again, the real combines are being produced or assembled in Nebraska at the Grand Island plant, along with their other combines.
Yeah, so definitely great item in a 32nd scale there. And as Bill said, all the great details and 50-foot draper head. That, to scale it down to this size, that thing is a monster.
Yeah, it's still a monster, yeah.
All right. So we're going to transition to the Farmall side, and the 806 is what we have in the 32nd scale, and
16 scale.
Or 16 scale, pardon me, and this comes with the gas engine detail.
Yeah, we've got a couple 06 series tractors here on the table. The first is an 806. So the 806 and 706 were introduced in 1963. These replaced the 465/60 tractors, and this is where you would, this would be a replica of a very early 806 tractor, either 63 or 64. These early tractors came with clamshell fenders versus the fender like on the 1206 that comes up over and has a flat top on it. And we also did something different here in putting the gas engine detail in. Typically you see most tractors of this era with diesel engines, but in the early 60s there were still some farmers who were wanting gas engines because probably all the other equipment on their farm used gas as well, so it was easier. So, and if you look at the Farmall 806 is also important in that an 806 was the 4 millionth tractor that IH made. If you look at the old vintage advertisement of that 4 millionth 806, it was coming off the line with clamshell fenders. So it's some interesting historical fact. And again, a gas engine, which I think we've only ever done once before with this tooling.
All right, and then we, as you mentioned, Bill, we have the 1206 as well, celebrating the 60th anniversary of this tractor.
So while the 806 and 706 came out in 63, the 1206, IH's first 100 horsepower tractor, came out in 65. So we are celebrating the 60th anniversary. You know, the 1206 has some really distinct characteristics. Obviously, IH wanted people to know that this tractor had over 100 horsepower. So they put this white grille on, white rims, and white fenders. So if you're a farmer driving down the road and your neighbor has one of these out in the field, it's easily identifiable as, oh, this is a 1206. The other cool thing is 1206s only came with straight exhaust stacks. There were no mufflers on 1206s.
So the ROP system, was that standard on the 1206?
No, that was an option.
Okay.
You could get an open station with ROPs. Also, they had a cab option.
All right, and then so it is the big anniversary, the 60th anniversary, And we also produced some gold chase units for this one.
Yeah, we're just producing 60 gold chrome chase units that'll be randomly inserted into the production run.
All right. We'll stay on the 16 scale side, and Bill, next up, the 645 Quadtrac. Another monster.
So as we talked about in 64 scale and 32nd scale, we're also updating our 16 scale. This is the first 645 Quadtrac. You'll also be seeing updates to the wheeled stigers as well. Again, all of these updates to the cab, or to the cab roof, the exhaust, the hood. Obviously this, on our 16 scale, we still have the opening hoods, so you'll see all of that detail. Again, lots of updates here to keep it current. This unit also has a 3-point hitch on the back, all the great cab interior detail. So again, very nice model. If you like the 715 we came out with, you're going to love the 645 as well.
Yeah, some great updates, and we're able to follow along with those updates and produce the new models.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to transition over now to the New Holland side of things with new items. And up front on our table, we have a great set. It's the T9 Spin 100 paired up with an Ashland scraper. Turned out to be a great set, and those Ashland scrapers have been very popular and goes great with this tractor.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the T9 700 is the largest New Holland four-wheel drive they currently have in the line. We've paired this with the Ashland scraper, so a great little set. This set is set up so kids can play with it, but still has a lot of nice detail function. And, you know, a lot of four-wheel drives are used for construction side of things, not just ag. Sometimes it's more efficient to use a four-wheel drive tractor with a pull-type scraper than it is to have a self-propelled scraper. So again, you see a lot of pull-type scrapers on construction sites where they're moving dirt.
All right, and then right behind there, we have the New Holland Farm Show unit for this year, and it's the 64 scale CR11. And so the updated version, and Bill, we talked about this, some similarities from what you're going to find on the Case AF11 to the CR11 for New Holland, but also some differences.
Absolutely, and you know, surprise, we added a couple of chase units into this item. You know, we just had a few of these units ready for the Louisville Farm Show, so I believe New Holland had some for sale there. The CR11 is New Holland's largest combine, just like the AF11 is for Case IH. These combines are actually produced in Belgium, so the ones here in North America are brought in. You will see some similarities, obviously. We're doing the same 16-row corn head, the 50-foot draper head, but you'll notice differences as well. The cab roofs are different between the Case IH and New Holland models. Obviously, the body panels are different as well. We did 2 chase units. One is a gold metallic paint. If you saw when New Holland introduced these tractors, they actually showcased one that had this kind of special gold paint on. It's kind of an introductory unit. So we're doing those as chase. The other chase unit is where we harken back to what the old original New Holland combines look like, which were yellow with red striping. So this is kind of a vintage throwback paint scheme. And so we have, you know, both chase elements randomly inserted into the production run.
Yeah, and another detail I like on these is the New Holland little imprint logo that sits behind the grain hopper. So that's a cool feature on these.
Yep.
All right, we're going to get back to the tractor side of things. And next up, Bill, we're going to showcase 2 of the Blue Power models from New Holland.
So New Holland has an option on some of their larger tractors where you can get a special paint scheme that they call Blue Power. And what this does is it gives you a little darker blue color paint scheme, but also changes the other accents from white to silver. So where you would have white rims on a normal New Holland tractor, you get silver rims. You also get the silver on the hood vents, where typically those would be white on a normal painted tractor. So we have a T7 300 and a T8 415. Again, both with these Blue Power paint schemes. Again, you have the mirrors, you have the warning arms, you got some great detail here on both of these.
All right, and then we bump back up to 32nd scale in the combine. We also have the New Holland CR11 combine in a 32nd scale and featuring the front duals on this one.
Yeah, so with Case IH, our first introduction obviously has tracks. On New Holland, our first introduction has duals up front. Again, you see all this great detail, the unloading auger, again, the 16-foot or the 16-row corn head, the 50-foot draper head, huge draper head. Again, all of the detail, the steerable rear axle, all the railings, the detailed cab interior. Again, you'll see differences here in the cab roof compared to the Case IH unit and the body panels.
All right, and then we have one more New Holland tractor to show off for you. 32nd scale, and this is the T9 featuring the LSW tires.
We haven't had a 32nd scale New Holland T9 in the line for a few years. We needed to do some updating to the tooling to get it to the latest and greatest version. So we're bringing a T9 back into our line. You can see all the detail here with the cab roof. We put the 3-point hitch on the back, updated all the exhaust air intake, and then also put LSW tires on it to give it a unique look. Something we haven't done before in a New Holland four-wheel drive, especially in 1/32nd scale. And it has a 3-point hitch as well.
All right, so all these new items for Case IH, and New Holland are available. Some shipping now, some will be shipping very soon. But the biggest thing is check out our catalogs. If you can't get a physical copy, you can go to ertl.com and click on the catalog tab and scroll down there and view the catalogs online. And the other important thing is visit your local dealerships to find out ordering details on these to see if they have them in stock or can order these for you.
And obviously we're also, on numerous different sites, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on Instagram.
Yep, Facebook, all those. Check out all of our socials for more info and a lot of great videos to give you more product details.
Yeah. Should we talk about the giveaways again?
Yeah. So again, for the giveaways on our Facebook Lives, please leave a comment and we'll pick a random winner later on today. And you'll get both of these prizes. It's the Stiger 540, the AFS Connect, and you'll also get the T9 that includes the tandem disc as well. So please leave us a comment. You might be today's lucky winner.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck. Just a couple other things we want to talk about briefly. We are getting ready to head off to the Lafayette Farm Toy Show. Doug Simons and I will be attending. We'll be leaving here soon. We're going to be showcasing obviously some of the items you see here on the table, as well as some of the other items, including our John Deere 7720 Prestige Select Combines. We did want to let you know that we are going forward with that unit. It's been approved based upon the quantities we've received from the John Deere dealers. So that is moving forward. So we just wanted to give you a quick update there.
All right. And
I always want to say hi, Mom. Hope you're having a good day. And we thank everyone for watching and listening. And hopefully we've, given you some good new items that you're interested in.
thanks for watching. Have a great day.
You bet.